Hello, everybody. This is Afia. I'm coming to you today with another video on how to deal with family members or anybody that borrow money from you and didn't pay it back, or people that you know that borrow money but never pay you your money. Hopefully, this video is going to help somebody out there today. So, I have encountered family, friends that borrowed money from me and don't pay back. They always promise that they're going to pay within a certain time. And then they extend that time and they extend it again. And they never pay me my money. So, to avoid disagreements, guess what I do? I don't lend money anymore. I give what I can afford. If they ask me to borrow money, I told them straight up, no, I'm not lending any money. I'll give you what I can afford. And that avoid a lot of disagreements because, you and people would disagree for your own money. And in order to be at peace with all men, I just give, again, what I can afford. So I avoid the arguments. I avoid the disagreements. And another thing is that you never let people know what you have, especially if you have money. Then is when everybody comes around. You will end up being the one lending, giving. And again, nothing is wrong with giving. I love to give, but I prefer to give to the poor. Those that can't pay me back. Not those that are working and you know that they can afford stuff, but they just want to use you because they know you have and you will give if they ask. Not those I'm talking about. Those less fortunate that you know that are in the streets and they can't help you back. They're begging. That woman that walk into the store and the item costs $20, but all that she has is $5 or $10, and she really want the item and you can afford to pay the other 10. Those are the people that you help. You help your parents that are old, that are in need, and you know that they can't afford things. Yes, you're supposed to help them. You should help them. I'm not talking about those people. I am speaking about the ones that are healthy, and they're strong, and just because they know that you have a little bit, they're going to take advantage of you. They're going to run to you for everything, and always with a sad story. When it's time to pay you back, they have all the excuse that you can think about. They will go around the bush, come around the bush, and find all the excuses in the world to avoid paying back that money. Come on, am I helping somebody today? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, jot it down in the comment that I've experienced that. I know what you're talking about, girl. You need to learn your lesson. You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to learn. They would come up with stories like this. Oh, you're my family. You're my BFF. You're my friend. I know you for so long. We're supposed to do for each other. But you're the one that's doing for them, but they're not doing for you. And listen, sometimes you don't expect people to pay you back. But when you realize that you've been used, you have to stop it. Because if they realize that they can use you and get away with it, they're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. At one point, I had a family member that purchased some items from me. These were quite expensive items. She purchased, but she didn't pay. She said she's going to pay me for these items within a certain time. These items value thousands of dollars. Time came, time went by. This family member never paid me my money. So we disagreed. It was so much money that at this point I was so angry. I said, I'm going to take this person to court. This was a close family member. And I finally came up with a solution. I said, I'm not going to take her to court anymore. After a few months went by, I changed my mind. I said instead, the next time she comes to ask me or to borrow anything, it's a straight up no. And oh boy, she did. She came back later, months later, to borrow. What did I say? No. Straight up no. You have to learn to say no. You have to learn to say no. Sometimes it's hard, but no works. After I had that encounter with that family member, I also had similar encounters with friends that promised to pay me back, that never paid me back. And to avoid the disagreements, I said, never again am I lending anybody any money. And I told them to their faces, no, I'm not lending. I'll give you what I can afford. So today, I don't have that issue. If you have encountered this with friends, family, or whoever, let this be a lesson learned. If you can afford to give them. But to avoid you and your friends or your family having any sort of disagreement, knowing that when they borrow, they do not repay, then don't lend. Give what you can afford. Okay? If this video has helped you today in some way or the other, comment below, subscribe, and share. I want to hear from you. Have you encountered this issue with anybody? Comment below. See you on the next video.